Alhamdulillah, Alhamdulillah, Alhamdulillah. As-salatu was-salamu ala Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. Welcome to the R2F show. We have a special edition for you guys tonight. We're going to be covering a few things, and we're going to probably be going over our usual hour show timing, which we usually do anyway, but this one we have a lot of content to cover. We figured it'd be best to cover it all at once. We're going to be talking about a brother who recently passed away. We're going to be posting something for people that could donate to his janaza. We're going to be talking about giving an update about Salman's case against the cult. Give an update about that. We're going to talk about a recent attack on an ex cult member and his family. We're going to be talking about that and just some of the details related to that story. And then finally, we're going to be sharing some leaked audios from one of the cult members' chat rooms where it's more and more signs of them fighting against each other, arguing against each other, and really just showing how off their belief set is. So we're going to get into all of that. And again, join us if you have any questions. Go ahead and type them into the chat, and we're gonna get going from there. So the first thing we're gonna be talking about is and I'm gonna let Hussein take it over from here. Is a recent brother, a brother just passed away recently. So I'll let Hussein take it from here, and I'll share my
Yeah,
screen.
so for anyone who does not know, I actually got the information around Fajr time. One of his closest companions let me know that Rafiq Jabbar, who, most of us, we know him. He used to live down here yeah, that's him right there. He used to live down here with us in Virginia. And, we all have history together and stuff like that. He has passed away. As of this morning, I'm not totally sure the official time when he passed away, and we're also not sure what the reason was. So we're not going to assume. I mean, there's a few people speculating, or a few, thoughts about how he died or why he died. Until we get some actual official information about that, we're not going to speak on that. But yeah, I got the information this morning, and per usual, our hearts are heavy. This brother, I knew him personally. I didn't have like a real close relationship with him, but we had a really decent, solid relationship. I actually seen him a few times over the last few months. His father invited us over to his father-in-law invited us over to a barbecue, and that's the last time I spoke with him and seen him. We all sat there, and ate barbecue, had some good conversations. We actually discussed a bit of the community issues and stuff like that. And for those who do not know, he was not a part of the community during the time of his passing. At least that's what he expressed to us. So but yeah, we asked that everyone make dua for him. Ask Allah subhanahu to accept him, forgive him his sins. Inshallah, the janaza will be tomorrow. That's the official wording. That's the official information. It will be tomorrow. Do we have the address for those who may want to attend? Are we able to pull that up? I mean, I can.
Yeah, if you put it in the chat, I could put it in the put it up on the screen and put it in the chat for people. I put the GoFundMe link in the chat. So if anybody wants to donate any money, go ahead and go to the GoFundMe. Click on the link and stuff. Do that. And let me get the address for the janaza.
Yeah, again, I don't want to speak too much on his character. We're all human beings at the end of the day, and we just hope that Allah subhanahu allows him to have a smooth transition. We ask Allah subhanahu forgives him his sins and forgives us all of our sins. And we make dua for his family during this time. Some of his family members are actually close with my family members, and yeah, just heavy, hard news, and just gives perspective for a lot of us. It gives perspective, and it's something that we can all reflect on. I know we're, quote unquote, we have our beef with the community or whatever, but when these type of situations drop down, I think we're all in the same headspace. for the most part. We wish him well. We hope that Allah subhanahu forgives him his sins, accepts him into the paradise, and grants his family ease in this time. And inshallah, it's our duty as Muslims to show up to his janazah if we are able to, and give him his rights as a Muslim. So we just need to do that. I just sent the information in. I can read off a little bit if you need time to pull it up. It will be in North Carolina, inshallah. Charlotte.
Yep. So if you guys see that, it's in the chat, and we also had it on the screen. It's at 2 p.m. Tomorrow. A Society of Greater Charlotte, located at 7025 The Plaza in Charlotte, North Carolina. So that's 7025 The Plaza, Charlotte, North Carolina. Or you could just Google the Society of Greater Charlotte, Islamic Society of Greater Charlotte.
And it will be after Juma, inshallah, at 2 p.m. tomorrow. So, if anyone's able to make it there, if anyone's able to donate, like I said, just try to give each other our rights as much as possible, even during the time of passing. So, yeah.
So, the next topic we're gonna just give you guys an update. Muhammad Ahmed and Hussein attended the recent court appearance or court situation with Salman, and if you guys just give a quick update on what happened there at the court, why they were in court, what was the whole purpose of that, and what was the ending result of that.
All right, can you hear me?
Yep.
Yeah.
All right, so for those who don't know, aside from Salman's court case against TMOA, they took it upon themselves to try to make a case against him, and they called themselves suing him because they're trying to legally evict him. So the court date we went to was a separate court date from Sal's case. So what they did was try to go and legally do what they already did illegally. And once again, they do things, they don't think it through, and they don't understand that they're helping us in more ways than one. I'm not going to go into too much details about it. I want them to stay ignorant because we know they're watching. I want y'all to stay ignorant and keep making the mistakes that y'all going to make. But yeah, they continuously over and over again prove to us just how evil and disgraceful they are. Salman hasn't even been on that land for the past year. He hasn't even stepped foot on the land. It's been about around a year. His case has been going on since around last July. This whole incident started happening in this August, about to be September. I hear a little echo.
Yeah, let's all try to mute our mics while you're talking.
So Salman hasn't even stepped foot on that land in over a year. And now y'all trying to legally evict him, even though one, he had no intentions of ever going back to that land anyway. And two, they're just trying to find ways to get at Sal. Because how they did it initially was showing up at Salman's house on the land in the middle of the night, knowing Salman's nowhere near because he hasn't been there for months. And they tried to confront his wife, and they tried to kick her off in the middle of the night. Of course, Sal found out later on. But once they tried to do that, and they failed at that, because who's going to just listen to them get up and move their whole family out and just go? What are they going to do? What are they going to do? Where are they going to go? So, of course, that didn't work. And they knew they couldn't do anything beyond that, except for trying to take the legal route. But the mistake, like I told you, they made is they already did the illegal route. And now y'all trying to go and do the legal route. That doesn't erase what y'all did illegally just because y'all trying to do something legally now. So they won that case. So now Salman has 90 days to get his whole property and move his family off the land. Because once again, this is the evil of TMOA and the Timoans. They don't care about Salman's family at all, even though they never spoke out. There's still, some of them are still well within the community. And they're just trying to kick them all to the curb with no regard because they do not care.
Let me give a little more information.
Yeah, go ahead.
No, so just for anyone who does not know, is not aware, Salman actually has 2 wives. So the attempt that they tried to pull that Muhammad Ahmed was referring to, they actually tried to do that on his other wife as well. And unfortunately, they were successful. They were actually successful and succeeded in whatever type of diabolical plans or whatever their little mission was. They were effective. So then they felt confident enough to try it on the other wife, and that's when they got rejected. Because they was feeling themselves like, oh, okay, we got this one over here. She's on our side. Blah blah blah. Most of us who've been down this path, we already know the routine. We already know how they get down. So they did the same exact thing that Muhammad Ahmed was talking about, but they did it to his other wife, and that was effective. Then they attempted to do it with his other wife, who apparently have a stronger relationship together, and it was ineffective. So then after they attempted that and it was ineffective, then they went to the extreme measures of what Mo is saying right now, trying to take out another little suit and do a countersuit, because at the end of the day, let's just be frank, let's be real. They do not care about your families. We've been telling y'all this. They do not care about this, and they mean to hurt and harm Salman. That's the mission. That's what they're after. They want to hurt him and harm him. And that's like the oldest play in the books. We've seen this in the movies. When you're trying to get after a man, what do? You go after his family. You come after his family, you come after his wife and his children. I mean, this is something that's played out throughout our lives, even as kids, just watching little Marvel movies and, stuff like that. So it's the same thing in real life. And that's something that they have made an attempt to do. And Ahmed Persons was actually at the trial, or the court date, the court case.
Yeah. And spoiler alert, I was going to bring it up.
No, well, I'm gonna let you talk about that. But the reason why I'm bringing up Ahmed Persons is because he happened to be one of the people that reached out to Salman's wife, and he tried to play like this good cop, bad cop type of thing. I think he reached out.
That's not new.
Ibrahim or something like this, and they tried to pretend like, oh, we had no idea. This is the story that came back to us, and again, it's from official sources. Oh, we had no idea what was going on. Oh, do you need anything? Blah, blah, blah. This is Ahmed and Ibrahim. They're reaching out to one of Sal's wives who they were ineffective in trying to woo or sway. And they're trying to pretend like, oh, if you need anything, let us know, blah, 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 blah. This is the same thing that they did on the other wife that was effective. So they attempted this. Ahmed was actually involved. Ahmed Persons, I'm sorry, we got to call you out. I mean, we're beyond that other stuff.
It's not, no sorry.
Go ahead.
No, I just said no sorry.
Yeah, so when he did that and they attempted that, they were ineffective. But this is the same person. You have to pay attention to the information that is consistent. This was the same brother who actually showed up. So we know he don't even live in Virginia no more. So he had to come from somewhere, show up to the court hearing, or court date or whatever, and then try to evict the same person that he was claiming, oh, we didn't know, you need us to do anything, blah, blah, blah. These are the levels of evil. And we're just going to say what it is. This is diabolical, it's despicable, and it's evil. Y'all know y'all want to harm Salman, and y'all know what y'all are doing. So by saying, oh, we want his house, his whole house. We're talking about a house here. We're not talking about no little cabin or no little camper. We're talking about his home. We want his home off of our property. What you are saying without saying it, and we know what you're saying, we can read between the lines. We're not retarded. You want his family. You're trying to hurt him and hurt his family. And again, that's just unacceptable. It's despicable. And inshallah, justice is right around the corner.
What makes it even worse is you will have to have been there to really see how Ahmed Persons, Farouk, I think his name, and what was the other one? Muhammad somebody, how they were walking into this courtroom.
Abdul
Alim, whatever, they were walking into this courtroom, chest puffed with pride, like they were really about to go in there and like they were going in there for an honorable cause. They went in there like their honorable titles really meant something, how they walked in the room. So of course, as soon as they walk in there, I stare and make eye contact with y'all, all of y'all, constantly. But it shows you, once again, for you to play the good cop, bad cop Ahmed persons, and then drive 7+ hours. You live in Georgia, that's about 7+ hours. Come in our direction to show up to evict a woman and her kids out of a house as if you're doing something big and bad just shows you how pathetic you actually are. And once again, that's pure evil. Now, of course, we had dialogue, and if you know, you know. I'm not going to go deep into it, but it was no way I was going to leave. I was going to have words. I was going to leave things unsaid after that's my first time seeing Ahmed Pearsons or Persons, whatever his name is, face to face for the first time. But yes, they showed up, chest puffed with pride, and then they won that case and they think they're on top of the world. But once again, inshallah, the truth will prevail. And then the bigger case, inshallah, that we're working on, it's still taking place. It's still unfolding. It just takes time because there's a lot of moving parts. But once we get an actual court date, then we'll definitely let you know.
Yeah, I just hope that, you know, the people that are connected to Salman that have maybe, you know, not supported him or have tried to play both sides or have tried to act dumb in the situation, that these certain things kind of wake them up to reality that they're going to attack him, they're going to attack anybody connected to him, or they're going to attack anybody that they think can hurt him, man, includes his family members. So I hope they wake up from this.
I don't think they will, but yeah.
So the next thing we're going to talk about is, and we want to kind of connect this all together, is that first I want to show. Let's see if I have it. So I'm going to share this. I'm not going to play the audio, but I'm going to share this little screenshot. We covered this a while ago. Share screen. Here we go. So if you can all see this, this is a post made by someone named Jamal Eggroll. I don't know his last name, but he posted a status that was like basically saying, can we at some point choose violence over silence? You know what I'm saying? So we covered this a while ago, and we kept on talking about, like, at some point TMOA is going to get more and more violent. You had Hussein Adams a couple years ago making a call to, you know, all of the TMOA members, this row right here, we need to be slapping these people in their face and all these different things. Some of us have received, you know, death threats individually over the years. They put out most wanted signs. You know, Kaiser Soze, you know, limped up to the building and dropped off pamphlets saying how, you know, we're Wahhabi agents, Islamophobe, whatever they were saying about us, right? And I mean, and we've been saying it over and over again. These people are cowards, right? If you can't even like come and defend yourself with your words, don't come talking to me about you want to defend yourself any other way, right? And they won't do that. They won't, and it's not even about like, oh, I'm going to see you outside and meet me at the railroad tracks or meet me out back or whatever. That it's not even about that. These people are cowards, and we even predicted this, is that the way that they will attack is by doing something underhanded, sneaky, damaging your property or something like that. So we'll pull up these videos, and everybody should know about this by now. A brother, Amir Rahim, and his family. He's married to Husna Abdullah, and someone snuck onto their property and lit their car on fire, which also set their house on fire. And they're sleeping inside with their children, and this happened in the middle of the night. And for sure, we're pretty sure it was somebody from TMOA, the TMOA cult, right? Because there's nobody else has any other motive to do this, right? So they didn't go challenge this brother face to face and say, "Hey, you're not in the Jamaat no more. I want to beat you up," or whatever it is. They crept around like a little shaitan in the middle of the night, cowardly, with a gas can, and we'll show the video, and basically lit the car on fire and then ran away like a coward. And so, like, this is, you can see these things escalating. It's been slow, I mean, because it's been a number of years, but we talk about the danger of TMOA and the violence that's inherent in TMOA. And we talk about their terrorist past and their violent past. And that stuff just doesn't disappear. Even though you have new generations, there's stuff that's still in there, right? So we all have to be careful. We all have to make dua for Amir and his family. I'm going to try to find the videos real quick.
And while you're doing that,
Yep.
while you're doing that, like I said, just pay attention, everyone, to the information that is consistent. I mean, they have, we got all type of videos. They've locked an older brother out of his property. They've jumped people. They're setting, cars on fire. They're making all type of crazy threats and stuff like this. They've actually gotten into the physical space where they've physically been able to do some stuff. And just think about all that just for a second. We're the ones who are supposed to be the aggressors. We're the ones who're supposed to be the terrorists, the Al-Qaeda, all these different things. We're the ones that's supposed to be that. Yet all five of us, we've never laid a hand on anyone up to this point. And you're muted. You're muted, Mo.
My bad. I said, or even made violent threats, period.
Yeah. So just look at all of the things that we're being accused of versus what's actually happening on the other side. Yeah. I mean, the proof is in the pudding. It's very clear.
Right. Now, before you play this, Jaffer, let me give y'all some more context on this. Now, once again, if you're a man and you have a problem with another man, no matter what the issue is, sneaking in the middle of the night and doing anything to his vehicle shouldn't even cross your brain. That wouldn't even cross your brain. If you have a problem with another person and you're going to try to keep it clean, you're going to try to see that man face to face. You sneaking and trying to do something in the middle of the night to somebody's car, that's like some vengeful girlfriend stuff. Breaking windshields, scratching cars, lighting cars on fire. Like, that's what broads do. So once again, it's another pathetic.
This is not even the first attack on them, because several months ago, this same person snuck on there and they stabbed out the tires. And now the attacks are consistently on Amir's wife's car. You have a whole truck right there next to it. This guy keeps on attacking his wife's car. So you're not even attacking the man. You're attacking his wife, and you're doing it in like the most despicable, cowardly manner at that.
Yeah, they keep exposing themselves because there's one thing that is almost impossible to hide, and that is cowardice. You can't hide it. It's going to happen once real life situations present themselves. It's going to happen. Period. And before we play the video, last thing I want to say is, once again, coward stuff leads to reckless stuff, which leads to a lot more damage because you don't have well thought out plans. Now, once again, may Allah forbid, but they're sleeping in the house with their kids and stuff. What if one of the kids would have passed away, something like that? TMOA, the Timoans would have probably had a celebration or something, and then connected it with some disbelief in their shaking their belief system and all that stuff. And it shows you how cowardice and sick this is. Somebody could have lost their child because of your cowardice. That's how pathetic this is. You have no gall, have no respect for you, no honor. You have no manhood. Go get some manhood somewhere, and you aren't going to get it in TMOA.
And we're playing this not just for entertainment. We're playing this because people that know this person, right? Even if you don't know they actually did it, when you see this person walk up and run away, there's going to be a lot of you out there that are watching this are going to recognize exactly who it is. You're going to know exactly who it is. Like, for instance, if this was any of my brothers, I don't care if I see their face. I don't care what kind of stuff they covered up. just by the way they move, I'm like, oh, yep, that's so and so, that's so and so, right? Because we know each other so well, especially family members, close friends. We know how we move. We know how we hold our hand, or our head, our posture. We know all that. So we're playing this so that hopefully one person out there at least actually has proof and evidence that this person did this, and you can actually make this person come to account. You can actually call call the cops, call Amir and his family, and say, yeah, I have proof that this person did it. Do the right thing. Mubarak, please help me out. How many ayats in the Quran talk about like Muslims are those who enjoin good and forbid evil? Right.
I mean, there's tons. I mean, but the one that comes to my mind is the hadith. Rasulullah says that a Muslim is one who's safe from the tongue and hands of another Muslim. So, in what context is this person? First of all, like, in what type of Muslim, a Islamic way of even retaliating or defending yourself? There's not defending at all. But what type of Islam is this, where a person secretly, hiddenly, in the night, attacks the property of another Muslim? Like, what could possibly be any justification for it? There's none. So either these people are declaring the people who they attack not being Muslim, which, as we know, Rasulullah said that if two Muslims, are calling, each other kafir, well, one of them is. So,
yeah,
if that's the route that they're going. But if they're declaring these people to be kafir, and that's why they're doing it, okay, give me any sort of context where you can even do this to a non-Muslim, where a Muslim can do this to someone who's not even Muslim.
Mm-hmm.
There's no justification for it on any level. I mean, even if they said that these people did something to them or whatever, they still don't have any justification. There's none for it. So there's various hadith and ayahs on it. Even you have the ayah in Surah Al-Saf, which Allah says that how much He hates people that they say that which they don't do. And so that's another thing where they talk about, what do they say? Oh, we are a law-abiding community. We don't deal with criminal activity. They have, grandstood and said, oh, we're kicking people out of this community who are engaged in any criminal activity. Well, guess what? You people know exactly who this is. If we know who it is, y'all definitely know who it is. Mm-hmm. His father definitely knows who it is. His friends and people, they definitely know who it is. So if you're truthful about what you are, then this person will be kicked out of Jamaat, within 24 hours or less.
And let's take it even further. Let's go back to what we know is to be true, based off what Allah subhanahu said. A Muslim's blood, their property, and their honor is sacred. We're back here again. A Muslim's blood. We have pictures of y'all bloodying another Muslim. A Muslim's property. This video is going to show everything you need to see. I mean, this is just the least of it. I mean, we got stories for days where they were taking over people's property, confiscating. We know all that stuff. And a Muslim's honor. Y'all constantly and consistently dishonor other Muslims. I mean, what is going on? What is going on? Y'all showed up in the court room like y'all, just like Muhammad Ahmed said, like y'all was really doing a thing. Yeah, y'all thought y'all ate there. You know what I mean? Y'all thought y'all really did that. It's like, this is crazy. And we're looking at y'all, and we're looking at the brothers. Of course, some of the brothers wouldn't even make eye contact with us. Just the same little corny, cringy stuff. Y'all drove way up here, won't make eye contact. You got women inside of the courtroom as well. And y'all just, your chest all puffed out like y'all doing something. Y'all look stupid. It's disgraceful and it's dishonorable.
And I'll add to it. This thing is that, there's a faction of these Tamoans who, it doesn't matter what happens. They could kill someone on camera, without hiding their face, and they're still going to defend it. They're going to have, there's a small percentage though. There's probably like maybe 5-10%. But the bulk of you people, you know this is wrong. These are the people that I'm trying to talk to, is the people who, you know, your heart does not accept these actions, but you're quiet about it. And you are the people who have enabled this type of thing to happen to these people who are innocent.
Yeah.
They haven't done anything. Allah knows best. They haven't done anything to any other person, especially this little individual. They haven't done anything to him. And so you people who are quiet, you know it's wrong. You're weaving in and out and around the community. You're bolstering their numbers by being amongst them and with them and showing support and being friendly and confident with them, even though you know it's wrong. You don't even believe in it. You say you're stuck, you're trapped, or whatever, but this is what your actions or your lack of actions is causing. It's causing a very small minority of idiots and imbeciles to start hurting people because they feel confident to do it because you are adding to their numbers. It's just like there's always one clown in a group at least. When he's in a group, he's feeling like, yeah, he might do something. Yeah, he might swing on somebody. He might do something crazy because he feels like he's got people with him. You're the people who he has with him. He thinks you're with him. Yet you're telling us and other people and within your homes, and when you're talking to your wife and your husband or whatever, you say, man, this is terrible. Yeah, you could be the next. You could be next because he's brave now. Especially, yeah, he's all clear. Your house is next.
I just spoke with someone literally yesterday. Literally yesterday, he called me. Now he's in the cult. He's still in the cult, still on the juice, but just like we already know, they want to fence ride and do all this little stuff. They want to keep these relationships. And, so I seen his number there. I fielded his call. And, we just started chatting it up a little bit. And then somehow, some way, we ended up getting on the, talking about the community. And we was talking about Salman's case. So I'm railing off stuff. And he has nothing. He had nothing so bad. He was in a corner. He's like, damn, man, I didn't know we was going to. How do we even get on this subject? It's like, because he literally he was just in a corner. And as facts upon facts upon facts, he already knows he's actually close with Sal as well. So, but you're in the community, what has been done is wrong. You acknowledge that it's wrong, but you still want to fence ride. And he's like, he was talking about Sal. He was like, Sal, he ain't all R2Fing like y'all. You going hard. He ain't R2Fing like you. And I'm just listening to him. This is a grown man, 40-something years old, and I'm just on the phone looking like, and I have to kind of play this role. I really, honestly, I'm this close. I'm telling y'all now, I'm this close to telling every single person about themselves when it comes to this fence riding and all this. I'm this close now. I'm this close. Because again, it's ridiculous. And I'm listening to him on the phone, and he wants to be cool with me because we had a relationship still. He still wants to be cool, but yet, like Mubarak said, you are the people that are enabling this. You know and understand that it's wrong. You clearly know that it's wrong. He had not a single defense. In fact, was empathetic and was trying to be like, yeah, man, yeah, I hope Sal he's okay. I'm just thinking, you hope he's okay. You know what they're doing is wrong. You want to call me up and still have a relationship with me. I want to tell you about your little body. I really want to tell you about yourself. You know what I'm saying? But I'm trying to keep it together. And I'm trying to, it's just.
No, it brings me back to the pork analogy that y'all always talk about because it's so basic. Let this person be right next to y'all in a restaurant and you order some pork and you pick up the pork and try to put it to your mouth. He is going to slap that pork all out your hand and not allow it. But on the flip side, he's going to do everything in his power, everything fiber within him to try to justify way more horrific transgressions against Islam than Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. But meanwhile, you'll physically stop the pork, but you aren't even going to speak against people's honor, property, blood being shed. None of that. You don't care about none of that. And that's just sad, bro. It's really, really sad.
Well, just to touch on the one point about whatever brother was talking to you and he said, well, Sal ain't all R2Fing. We're a verb now. We're R2Fing like y'all, right?
I actually like that.
Take this position, right? And and it's not to say that we have all the answers and we know what's going to happen and all that. However, and this is a lesson for everybody. And we could look at Sal's situation, and we could look at this arson situation that we're about to look at right now. And Amir and his family weren't R2Fing. They weren't out here making public statements, making shows, coming and doing interviews and all that. They were just living the life, right? Same thing with Sal. Now, has anybody set your house on fire, Hussein? No. Mubarak? No. Mo? No. Me? No. We're R2Fing, and nothing's happened to us. So it shows that, like, from these cult members' mentality, when they know that you're not down with them anymore, but you're like silent and like trying to, like, however they perceive is like, oh, they're not really R2Fing, they actually view that as weakness. And they're like, oh, that person is vulnerable and I could do certain stuff to them, right? You had the one individual from the, I think it was the Tennessee land, that got, like, I don't know, pistol whipped, beat up, and kicked out of his house, and he was all crying, oh, you do this to me, oh, you do this to me. Like, this is how they perceive you. So it's like, and I'm asking all the people that are, like, remaining silent to, like, appease, like, cult members or whoever it is they're trying to appease or try to keep the peace. And I'm seeing time and time again that they actually do not achieve that peace that they're trying to achieve by being silent. You know what I mean? So it's just a lesson for all of us, you know, that when we make our decisions, all of our decisions should be based on what is going to be most pleasing to Allah, and then go from there. So I'm going to play the video real quick, and I'm going to play this walk-up video a few times so that people can see how he walks. And again, you guys are going to recognize who it is. It's kind of blurry, but you see he's walking up to the car, trying to be quiet. That's the one video. It's going to be in a few videos, so that's the next one. He's dumping gas all over the car. Like, it's to the point where I'm pretty sure somebody's like, "Oh, that's my gas can." Like, you guys know who it is, and anybody protecting them, you're gonna be held accountable for it. Lights on fire now. That's where he runs away. Look at that. This is his wife's car. I mean, his wife's car. Hey, the truck is right there, right? The truck is right there. Sets the car on fire.
So from this video, how did the house catch on fire from him lighting the car on fire, or did he do that separately?
Yeah, we got a picture. So he must not have intended to set the house on fire, because if he wanted to set the house on fire, he would have just set the house on fire. But the car was so close to the house that when you have a fire that big, naturally the house is going to catch on fire too. But alhamdulillah, it wasn't that bad. You know, you can see it's just some external damage. I don't know what it looks like inside, if there's any smoke damage or anything. But this is something easily that the whole house could have went on fire, the forest could have went on fire, neighbors could have went on fire. It could have been a very bad situation. Do we have another one? So, I'm gonna stop sharing for a second and just to talk about. So after this videos went out, they called the police, of course. The police, for some reason, they had just got notified about the beatdown that Alon Abdul Hamid got in New York with the whole Sultan thing. So the police were trying to make connections with that, which there's no connections at all, because Alon was in New York, wasn't even there. But after some people from the Jamaat and other people else connected to the Jamaat, they seen the video and they're like, oh, I know who exactly that is, right? And they said, they accused allegedly that it was this brother, young man named Assad, and he's the son of Jawad Shakir. And the thing is, it wasn't like one person said it, then one person that heard him was like, oh yeah, it was multiple sources, unconnected or not connected, unrelated sources saying, oh, I know who that is. I know who that is. Multiple people, right? But we don't have any evidence. When the police questioned him, the father gave him an alibi, said he was home all night. You know, we've seen this all the time on crime shows. Yeah, he was home all night. Like, he would know, and like if he would actually say it. But I'm pretty sure someone knows whether he left the house that night. I'm pretty sure he's bragged about this to somebody. If it was him, whoever the culprit is, I'm pretty sure has told other people. So this is a video of him, and if you watch him, he's in the front. If we look at that video, remember the video of him walking, the culprit walking,
Allegedly,
but it's very similar to this brother walking. Tall, lanky, slow, kind of where am I going walk, right? Okay. So again, we're not saying it is this brother. We're just saying that he has been accused of it. But if you guys, if anybody knows exactly who it is, and if it's not him, you should come forward to clear this brother. Just to give.
I mean, I never even seen this man before, and like I said, allegedly, but it's pretty clear. It's pretty clear.
Yeah.
Okay.
And that's him right there, Saad, the son of Jawad Shakir. And interestingly enough, right, since so many people were saying it was him, some of the family members of the victims approached him. And he's like, oh, it's not me, whatever. So they kind of let him off the hook. Because there's no direct evidence yet. It's just all circumstantial right now. But then after they let him go, after the cops questioned him and let him go, after the family members questioned him and they didn't do anything, he posts this as his status. We're in the clear. I mean, how? I mean, come on.
Listen, all right. Let me just say this. Let's take it back to what Allah says, about standing up for truth and justice, even if it be against your own self. Okay, but also the hadith of Rasulullah when he said, and Jafar has quoted it many times on this show over the years, about the hadith where the one lady from Quraysh, she stole, right? And what did he say about, in the hadith, about when she stole, that they sent someone who was extremely beloved to him to try to talk him out of cutting this woman's hand. They sent Usama bin Zayd to try to convince Rasulullah to take it easy on her. He said, even if it was the person who's most beloved to him, which was his daughter Fatima, even if Fatima had stolen, he would still cut her hand. So, the Timuans who claim to be followers and lovers of Rasulullah and how much they follow him no matter what, and they're the ones who love him the most. They're the ones who practice the sunnah the most. They're the ones who have now we have a very clear sunnah of Rasulullah. Even if it's your own daughter or son, and you people or brother or nephew or cousin or whatever, you people know who it is. If Rasulullah says that if he knew his own daughter stole, he would cut her hand, and he would not let that affect him. So you people have an opportunity. You know just as well as everyone else knows exactly who this is. Now let's see how much this talk about the sunnah you are, and if you'll turn him in.
That's going to require.
Say, hey, listen, you did something wrong. You harmed and damaged other people. You committed a crime. And just like Rasulullah said, if his daughter commits a crime, he's going to take her to task for it and do what's required. So let's see you follow the sunnah.
That's going to require them to be accountable. And also it's going to require humility and also honor, you can lift and you can give your family honor back by going and speaking. If you know, basically, just like you said, Mubarak, if you know that your son did something, it's kind of like if your son gets in trouble in school. If your son gets in trouble in school and you show up to the principal's office with your son there, and you talk about it and you make sure that you're showing the principal or the school that you're going to hold your son accountable. You know what I mean? You can bring honor back to that situation. That's like a small example, but you guys can do this, but we know you're not going to do this. Yeah. You're not going to. Do you really care? Like what Muhammad Ahmed was saying. Now, if that situation really went south and one of his kids got burned up or, passed away or something like that, then what? You got a death on your hands now. Now you got a death on your hands, and you got to take that up with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. There's too many people running around here pretending like death is not a thing, pretending like Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala's wrath or what Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says is not real, it's not true. And this applies to all of us, every last one of us. We just spoke about earlier, one of our companions, going back to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Just like that. No more than 44 years old, 45 years old. This can happen to any one of us, and yet you got people walking around here playing with these things like it's a joke or something. You're setting someone's car on fire, running all off, all scary, looking all crazy. Like, come on. It's childish. It's ridiculous. And again, we're all going to be held accountable. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says this, and this is a truth, and it's going to happen. Stop living life like this. Stop pretending and actually, be real about your Islam. Be real about your faith. Be real about your life.
And I would say, just like we said, how a lot of the things, a lot of the people keeping quiet or trying to remain friends and keep their relationships instead of doing the right thing, and they're being quiet. They've seen other people get oppressed over the years, and they were quiet about it. They were quiet about it. And because of those very people that have been quiet about doing the right thing, they've been on the fence or they've been out but still not saying anything, you are the reason why this happened. You have supported this. And so when it goes a step further, when someone actually is hurt, someone actually is killed, some real damage is done. And I don't want to downplay the damage that has happened to their property, but it was just that. It was just property. And they can acquire more, or it's just part of their risk, or they may have one car instead of two. But the point is that if something happens to someone else, or Allah forbid, a child gets hurt or burned or injured or something like that, or has a life-changing injury because of someone doing something like this, every person right now that's on the fence pretending, they won't say anything, they won't do anything, they still want to be friends even though they know their friends are wrong, you will be the reason why it happens. You'll be responsible. We at least can say before Allah, we try to tell people, stop believing this, stop letting these people get away with this, come out, speak out, let them know what's wrong. We're at least trying something. So we have an excuse before Allah. Whether Allah will accept our excuse or not, we don't know. But at least we can have an argument and say, we did what we could do. From where we were, we told everyone who would listen to us, we told. If someone talked to us face to face, we told them. If they caught us on the phone, we told them. We told them on the airwaves. We told them on the shows. We did those things. But for y'all people that are standing on the sideline, I'm serious. If someone gets hurt, it will be the blood, the injury, and the situation will be on your hands. If you can't do anything, then you can't. But every man and woman knows in their heart what they can do. And I'll just say this. Think about your methodology and your approach. You talked about how either we were too harsh or too forward, or we weren't serious enough, or we weren't being respectful, whatever the case may be. This is what your approach has brought, okay? The approach of just, trying to get along and all this. This is what this is the result. Bad people, niggas basically, do stuff like this. And let me just say this. What type of person? You got to be the most low-life, low-down loser. You don't have nothing else to do but to, in the middle of the night, light someone's car on fire. That says, one, you're a loser. You have nothing good for you going in your life. No one is worried about what you're doing tomorrow. You're not worried about what you're doing tomorrow or the next day. You have no one depending on you. No one's actually looking for you. If you disappeared, no one would care, because the people who they have people depending on them, they have people that they care about and they want to support or help, or they know that they would be disappointed. They never do stuff like this. You're a loser, the person who did this. And then on top of that, this shows very clearly that whoever this is and whoever put them up to it, they know face to face, they can't deal with whoever the woman whose car they lit on fire. They can't even deal with her face to face. That's how much of a coward you are.
This
Whatever methodology you're upon, you know it's false, because you can't say it, do it with your words. You definitely can't physically do anything about it. So what do? You wait and sneak until the women and children are asleep. And then, as a coward would do, this is one of the characteristics of Shaitan. What does he do? He does a little thing, he whispers, and then he flees. You are the biggest coward in the world, a loser. No one cares about. Whoever talked you into it doesn't even care about you, because they weren't with you. It was just you. You're a dumbass. You are an idiot and a loser.
Hold on, Mubarak. Let me get in here, because, again, we need to ask exactly what you're saying. Not only are you a loser, I mean, we're just going to call it what it is. You're a lowlife, you're a scum, and you're very unserious about your own life. Now, let's keep it real. If this situation got exposed and whoever it is, you got found out and you actually had to go to prison for what you did, you're throwing your own life away. You're not even serious about your own life. You let someone talk you into this. They capped you up and you thought you were sweet, snuck all over there looking all crazy like the Grinch in the middle of the night. And then if this whole situation came to light and you got exposed, and whoever those people was that put you up to dime you out, or whatever the case may be, and you had to actually go and take your butt to prison and be held accountable, you're wasting your life. For what? It's not even that deep. It's not even that serious, and you look stupid.
And we already know. And the thing is, let me just say this, and we know, and y'all know this for 100% certain. If the woman whose car he lit on fire, if she had just poked her head out the door and said, "Who's that?" while he's walking up, he would have ran. He would have ran. She wouldn't even have to say nothing. You were so scary, you would have ran, even if she would have been like, "Hey, is someone outside?" Let alone her husband. I mean, Go ahead.
This is what has been bred over the last 3 or 4 decades. Yeah. This is the quality of product that has been produced under the regime of cult.
Yeah,
these are the type of people you have. These are the people that's going to be ushering in and leading the next generation. Dudes running around scary, lighting women and children's cars on fire. Really?
I have a few questions real quick. So for the young man, whoever did this, right? Because we're gonna assume that you're young. You could be Ibn Al-Ghin, whatever. But listen, what exactly did you gain from this? Like, what was your purpose behind the reasoning behind, rationale behind you going, say, hey, I'm gonna go set up this person's wife's car on fire, not his car. Because listen, you should have just torched both the cars if you're gonna do anything anyway, right? So basically, wasted your time. Clearly you don't have no wife, because there's no way you're young out there at night doing dumb stuff and the wife's at home. Wild as hell, right? You have no friends. If you have friends, right, guarantee you they're looking at you like, dang, that's listen, bro, stay away from me. Stay away from me, because the spot on you is hot. If it's that one kid, right, and this is the problem with my generation, sometimes you niggas is stupid. So if you commit the crime, right, okay, and then posted after you got interrogated, I'm clear. Nigga, like, what are you doing? There isn't a functioning cell in your brain that says, I should probably lay my dumb self low for at least a year or 2 or 3, whatever, or just not talk about it at all.
Amr, you're making too much sense.
All right.
They're not serious. They're not serious about life. They're not serious about religion.
I understand that they're not serious, but like, you do know that this is a crime, right? Like, at the very least, this is why you freaking dressed in all black. You had your little freaking ski mask on. You stuck around the window. Listen, sir, you're a coward. But, like, you're just very dumb. You're a very dumb individual. Like, there is no brain cells functioning in your brain that says, I probably shouldn't do this, because the repercussions are that extreme. So whenever they do catch you, because that's what they like. If they care enough, they're going to find you. you're going to
the
be in
thing
jail for
is,
so long.
Right.
I mean,
I
I
need to
mean,
hop
when
in.
the
I need
ball-
to hop
when-
in here. Y'all hogging
when-
everything. I need to hop in this. I'm sorry. This is so dumb. You're putting in your post like you're in the clear,
Right.
as if they can't just get some more evidence and come and get your carcass and drag you off to jail.
Again,
Like
that
you
was
did
up.
some double jeopardy and you're exempt or something, or you're exonerified. It's so retarded.
I mean, it's just if this was my son, I would be kicking his behind. Like
No, I
You
would.
know, I would
I
be
would
all
call the police on
over
him. That's
Yeah,
real
I'm-
nigga stuff. Just keeping it a buck.
I mean,
Well, I'll
If
bring
my
him right
son
to-
did something like this and put
I'd bring him right
children's
to Amir's
lives in
house.
danger,
and be like,
Yeah.
yo, my son did this.
right?
What do you want to do with him?
Have fun.
You want,
Facts.
besides kill him, what do you want to do? You want me to call the cops? You want to go shoot the fair one with him in the back? What do you want to do?
Right. That's the real thing to do. Only real
Or-
people do that.
Or
I mean, think about this. Think about this. When this man or this idiot lays his head on a pillow at night, or when he's rapping with his other stupid friends, if he has friends, see, these are the type of people that I would never be friends with.
Yep.
And I tell my sons, these type of people, these ain't friends of yours. They can't be friends of yours because they're stupid. And I don't let them hang out with people like this. But for whatever friends it are, they're probably stupid too, if they're really his friends. So maybe even the people who gas him up, put the battery in his back to do this, ain't even his friends. They just think he's stupid enough. He was the only one stupid enough to do it. There might have been a few people talking about it, but he was the dummy, the stupidest one of the group. I'm like, oh yeah, I'll do it, looking like a clown. And then think about this. When you're around, you're thinking you're tough or whatever, you did something macho. They say, yeah, what did you do? Like, you know what I did? No, the craziest thing I did? I snuck in the night in an empty car with no one even around. I fumbled and I barely lit it on fire. But guess what? That's not even the worst thing. It was a lady's car. And guess what? Even on top of that, they were asleep. Women and children were asleep, and I lit an empty car on fire and caught their house on fire. Yeah. That sounds like the biggest coward in the world. There's no bravery involved in that whatsoever. You were too scared to even you lit the car on fire and barely got away, you dummy.
You almost burned yourself
You
alive.
idiot. You don't even know how to light a fire properly. Nigga almost blew himself up.
and
I mean,
hold on, Mubarak. I'm off this boy after this. This is just a silly little boy. But I'm just gonna say this last thing, and then let's move on because I'm over him. Well, we're done with him.
Nah.
This last thing.
Hold on.
Okay, but it's the last thing I'm gonna say about it
Okay.
because
listen, I can go on him for the rest of the night. I really can.
y'all know me. I got a whole clip. I'm trying to behave. I'm really trying to behave for the sake of the show. But
Don't do it.
I'm gonna say this. I'm just gonna say this. Your awareness, the boy who's in there, your awareness is zero. I mean, so if you're going to go and commit a crime, you know it's a crime. Like Emma was saying, dressed in all black, you thought you were sweet, blah blah blah, and it's still in the night. Most people would look around. You can't even look around for a camera, you goof. You just walk straight there like a bot, like a putty off of Power Rangers. Just walk straight over there and just like what? The camera was right there, you goofball. That's all I'm gonna say. Like, come on, man, pack them up. Get these dudes out of here. Send them out.
Bro, real quick, I want to address two groups. The first group I want to address the people that are in Amir and his wife Husna, their family members that are still in TMOA. Because you guys should absolutely not stand for this. What if one of your kids, what if you were like spending the night over there and like, who knows what could have happened, right? This is not a light situation. And if any of y'all that are still in the cult that are sitting back like, oh, maybe it was this, maybe it was that. Oh man, that's messed up. Y'all should band together and demand that the leadership of TMOA take action. Take action because really, this has happened not only because of the people that are remaining silent and being on the fence, also because of the direction and the leadership of TMOA. So I will address y'all to challenge y'all to actually do something to help them and protect your family members from these vigilante people or idiot people, whether they're vigilantes or being supported by people in TMOA or whatever it is. You should be like, no, this is not happening. We might disagree on certain things, but you're not going to be going around setting my family's houses and property on fire. And if nothing's done, I'm done with this organization. Because if you can't even abide by basic Islamic principles, what are you even doing? You're going, you family members are in a cult. Guess what? Next Eid, next Death Day celebration, whatever the hell y'all do, right? You're going to be praying next to possibly the person that set your brother, your sister, your cousin, your auntie, set their house on fire and potentially could have killed your family members. And you're going to be praying, oh yeah, let's go eat curry. It's ridiculous. So do something. Try to do something.
You're making way too much sense. Way too much sense. Just think about this. Let's just put this in perspective. We grew up around cowards thinking that these people were soldiers of Allah and lions and all of this stuff when these people were crickets, grasshoppers, deers, camels, whatever. We grew up around straight cowards. I cannot believe that all of these people are this cowardly when it comes to standing up and doing what's right. It's egregious. This is offensive to me. This is absolutely offensive. I'm not even joking. I would get some of my family members out of there if they, in fact, that's actually, I put a couple of them on the line. We're not monkeying with you. You better take a stand, choose a side, or we send you out back because it's absolutely ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. Fortunately, alhamdulillah, majority of my family maybe saved 1.5 or something, some random idiot. I got a big family, but majority of the family, they realized and recognized this is stupid and retarded. And again, if you're surrounded, if you're a coward, you cannot be around a person that's courageous or has courage. It's going to make you look small. It's going to make you look small. You're going to shrink near that person. It's going to make you feel uncomfortable. You know what I'm saying? So I'm really just disgusted with all these fake soldiers of Allah, old heads, and all these fake this and fake that, and all these fake mujahideen. I'm over all that stuff. We grew up around a bunch of cowards and ninnies. That's what
Go ahead, Amr.
I was going to say, okay, listen, what you said here is facts because everyone's in their mind. Everyone's the ideal soldier man who, if if we were back in time of slavery, I would fight back against NASA and I would overthrow the nation and I'm gonna do all this. I'm gonna be free. I'm gonna be a slave. Listen, the reality is, if these Negroes went back in time of slavery, the second that would crack, they're saying, I'm sorry. Listen, they crack under zero pressure. There is no pressure being applied to you. You are free to do whatever you choose to, and you choose to submit freely. All right, you choose to submit to Noor, you choose to submit to K2, whoever else is above you, right? No holds bars. Just yeah, sheikh. Listen, you people, I need you to understand this. Understand it's very clear. Just because it hasn't happened to you does not mean it will not happen to you. All right, you are next because there's no. I can't think of any rhyme reason why he would go burn down someone's car that is a girl, but best believe he'll burn down your car too. You're not safe. You're not. Oh, okay. Well, I know him. Me and him are cool. This nigga went there unprovoked. From all I know, unprovoked by himself. Dolo said, "I'm doing it myself." So you are not safe. All right. If you let this happen to her, you're going to let it happen to you too. So speak up for it now.
Real quick, I want to address the second group that is really important in this, and that is the actual leadership of TMOA, because. And I'm not saying that we know that they don't have any sympathy. They're probably closed doors and saying, "Oh yeah, look what happens to them," just like they did to one Abdul Sabor who had the accident and they're posting stats. Look what happens to people that disrespect our Murshid and all. Right, this is what they're doing. But even to protect yourselves, right? Because what will eventually happen is that somebody's going to get caught doing this, right? And it's going to be very easy to also bring the case to TMOA. Very easy. We have all the audio recordings, all the different posts and statuses where we can say, look, they're being told to do this, right? They're being led to do this. So you guys have not issued any statement to say we condemn this. We do not support this. We do not want any of our members attacking ex-members or all that. Let them live their lives, right? So you guys should issue a statement. You probably won't because you got too much pride and you're too dumb, but you should, right? And the next thing I want to mention is how I always, for the last, I don't know how many years we hear, you guys are obsessed. You guys, why don't you get a life? Why don't you do this and do that? Guess what? At 3 o'clock in the morning, I'm waking up actually. It's time I get up to go start by doing my day. I am not about to go drive, walk to somebody else's house to do any type of damage to them, right? I'm not doing anything like that guy probably spent more time thinking and planning and plotting and working himself out to do this than all the time we spent probably planning the last 6 months shows. You know what I'm saying? So who's really obsessed? Who's really bitter? Who really are the, like we talk about the barking dogs and all these different, who are really doing this? Because we aren't attacking anybody. We get on our show every month, every few weeks, talk about what's going on, try to advise people to the Quran and Sunnah. But this is what you guys are doing. So everybody needs to wake up and smell the coffee, as they say. This is the reality of TMOA. Even though these people were our friends, our family members, our loved ones, this is ultimately the risk that we all are facing when we actually leave this group, and especially when we speak out and make our positions known. It's not all sweet. And it ties back to the Quran and Sunnah, which we're going to get into more as we talk about the next topic, is that we're not saying that everybody in TMOA are kafirs or disbelievers. We are saying that the beliefs that are taught in TMOA do take someone outside the fold of Islam because it's complete shirk. However, we can learn from the ayat in the Quran. Let's see, I don't have I got to look for the reference, but where Allah tells us that these people will not be satisfied with us until we abandon what we believe. And it's the same thing with TMOA. They may smile in your face, they may be cordial, but they're never going to accept you. They're never going to want good for you until you leave your religion. And our religion is Islam. They want you to accept Mubarak Jilani. They want you to accept the Seven Sultans. They want you to accept Noor as the Sheikh and Imam and all these different things. They want you to accept their new Sheikh, Noor, and all these different things. Until you do that, you are technically their enemy and behind the smiling faces. So we can move on to the next topic, which we're going to actually, let me just share my screen real quick. I put the link in the chat for anybody that wants to go to Amir's family's GoFundMe to help them with their the damages, the costs that they have for the arson. Where's it at? Here we go. So you can go there. The link is in the chat. Go ahead, just donate whatever you can. You know, $10, $20, whatever. Anything will help them. As you can see, they have a beautiful family, and someone, you know, put them in harm's way. And really, it's a really serious situation because it was just their car. The house did catch a little bit on fire, but people could have died in this situation. So it's nothing to just scoff at and kind of move on with your life. This is a real serious situation. So again, anybody that has any information that they think can help lead to capturing the culprit, the coward who did this, please call somebody. You can call us, you can call Amir, you can call the cops. Report it if you have evidence. Some of y'all know, oh yeah, that so-and-so left the house last night. I seen him leaving. I seen him driving away. I seen him walking away. I was wondering, what is he doing out so late? You know who did it. And you should do whatever you can to bring this person to justice. The next topic we have up, and this one is kind of a doozy because
it's always that with TMOA.
Yeah.
So for a dull moment,
cease to amaze.
We have some audios that have been leaked from one of TMOA's WhatsApp chats.
Oh yeah, these. Oh yeah, Allah. All right, listen.
Maybe one of us are in there.
Disclaimer for anyone that has a problem with us laughing. You can go ahead and log off for the night. All right, this is the end of the show for y'all. I promise you, I can assure you, this is a non-serious matter. All right, for the rest of the show, it is straight lava business going on here. All right,
I don't even know that I've heard the audio. So.
Oh gosh, you're gonna love this.
It's
you're
hilarious.
Gonna love this.
It's hilarious.
All right, so let me share this. Share screen. All right, we're gonna post this on our YouTube. After we get done with the show, we'll make it live for everybody else to go listen to. But really pay attention to what these brothers are saying, and we're gonna have a little bit of fun with it, but really what they're saying is really, really serious, because what entails from what they're saying, some of the statements that are said by particularly one individual, it actually could take you outside the fold of Islam. But we'll get to that. So I'm gonna start playing. I'm gonna share my screen. And hold on, let me share again. I don't know if I shared the audio. Okay, audio shared.
I need to get some water for this one. My throat gonna be dry.
All right, here we go.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. You know, if somebody's removed, you know, it's not a joyous occasion. Not a joyous occasion. You want to put a heart.
Did someone say pause it?
Pause. Listen, it may not be a joyous occasion for you, sir, but listen, I certainly rejoice. All right, I rejoice whenever one of you Negroes get kicked out and get to come to proper Islam. I personally rejoice. All right, it is chef's kiss, mashallah. When one of you Negroes, whenever I see that assalamu alaikum, Majlis Ashura, so and so has been moved from the property, I am ecstatic. All right, I might grill some food for that. All right, like go outside the grill just so y'all get kicked out. All right, mashallah, mabruk, takbir.
One step closer.
Yeah, yes. I'm sorry. Okay, go ahead.
You don't put all this stuff inside this room. Put a message in there. Everybody say na'am, and that's it. I speak to my brother daily.
So, if y'all follow along, he's mad that pretty much his brother was kicked out of the Jamaat. And they must have posted it in the room. And then TMA members started putting like heart emojis, probably like the strong arm, like, yeah, he's get rid of him, right? And he's mad because that's his brother. So, you know, and this is what the context of the audios.
Speak to my brother daily. Do anybody in here speak to him daily or know his characteristics? Anybody? Has anybody in here ever spoken to him, had a conversation about what he feels or what he thinks? I talk to him all the time. Openly what? Openly what? We become what? Passive aggressive. Everybody saying stuff that they not saying something. But if this to be the case, if this the case, and he gotta be removed, we say labbaik. We say labbaik. But you want to hard it? You want to have joy about it? This could be any one of us.
Real quick, you know, what if you know how the heart joint is right next to like the laugh joint?
Yeah, what if they're trying to hit the laugh emoji? Like, yo, we really don't mess with you for real. Like, this is funny to us, but we just hit the laughing the heart emoji by accident.
And sometimes if you hit the heart emoji by accident, you just roll with it.
Yeah.
Unless it's on the ladies' joint, then you got to get rid of that joint. Otherwise,
sorry, sister, my apologies. Yeah, but for a guy, but listen, and again, I mentioned this earlier, but just because it hasn't happened to you yet does not mean it will not. All right, so if it happened to someone, listen, bro, you're defending your brother like this, you're next. All right, they're gonna be laughing emoji at you too when you get out of the group chat. Kick.
Yep.
All right. Exactly. Hold on to your life, bro.
Don't be so proud. Don't be so proud that you on top. One day you up here, next day you down here. Be humble every time. Us as men need to humble ourselves, man, and learn how to humble ourselves and continuously humble ourselves.
School is back, and Dick's Sporting Goods has what you need to win your year. Check backpacks off your list.
Everybody acting proud because what? A big man today? Tomorrow you something else. Be careful. And of course, we always remember our Allah and our zikr.
I have much love for you and much respect.
Okay, so that's the first audio. And just to give a little bit more context, his brother posted on Facebook a picture of
the old
Hussein Abdullah, Atiq Shaheed, what was his name? Khalifa Ali Rashid, and Khalifa Jamil Haq, the devil of Islamberg, right? And he posted in the caption, "I was raised by wolves," or something like that, not like the cowards, the current cowards of the TMOA leadership. So it's a direct shot at Noor, and the Shura counselor, basically saying that they're cowards, and these old administration aren't cowards, including the devil of Islamberg, alleged devil of Islamberg.
Mm-hmm.
So that's where it is, and then we have some people that are responding to him. I'm going to play the speed back a little bit faster, just because it's taking a little bit too long. And if you guys have trouble listening to it, you can listen to the show later, and you can slow it down or whatever. Okay.
Post the audio for you on YouTube job.
And honestly, I really didn't care to respond to initially, but when I saw that what was said was in an open forum, then yes, he can be openly, a thumbs up can be given. I mean, I don't really care about thumbs up or hearts or whatever. Clearly, that wasn't my initial response. I've been saw the post, and I have love for you, and I understand this is a brother. I get it. However, we have to understand that if that was a murshid that he was talking about, Murshid Karam Saleh, I don't think he would have been having the same time as far as, oh, y'all need to not be so. It's only two people was excited about it anyway, and one of them was a lady. So if you had an issue with a Mansour, put a heart or whatever, just like you on the side, text your brother and is trying to help him out and trying to guide him through these things, why couldn't you on the side text Mansour and say, hey, XYZ, boom, boom. But you made it in a public form. We have Muslim ladies in there, and we have men. Now it's a public thing. And what he said was public. So yes, now I'm going to respond publicly and say, okay, why is the energy always different? Why is the energy always different? Yesterday we had a perfect example. It was a random video. Who the freak cares? It's a video, but then with some energy. It's a freaking video. Who cares? Also, none of us even know for the most part. Like, y'all don't see that there's somehow, when there's open disrespect towards our administration, towards Sheikh Sahaba, there's none of these posts on WhatsApp, like you talked about, where there's these things being said but not being said. That's never done. That's never done. But when people feel like when people want to get put out their chest, is when they feel like it's something that's going against administration. And you may not be in that boat. I don't know. Allah knows best. But that's how it's being perceived, because it happens over and over again. So this is not an isolated incident.
So not like Ishmael. So you and I
believe. So the first audio was Ishmael Shaheed. This audio was, I believe, it's Sadiq from South Carolina. Oh, someone in the chat said, yeah, Sadiq from South Carolina. And, basically they're just arguing about someone getting kicked out of the Jamaat. His brother and him not being, Ishmael's mad because people are happy that his brother got kicked out and whatever. So that's what's going on.
I already spoke about this, so you know where I stand. But I don't think it's not a thing of people being proud and thinking they're on top. But like Sadiq said, we have to, this is our Jamaat, this is our community. So we should take pride in our community, no doubt 100%. And the energy that you brought to the room for the people that do the heart and the thumbs up, that wasn't the same energy that you responded to your brother's post. And I think that's what's got a lot of people twisted. You had clear anger and frustration in your voice when you responded to the people who did a thumbs up. But when you responded to your brother, that's why I put comments in his post, because I was confused. Like, what is he? You talking about people talking, being passive aggressive? I was trying to find out what he was really trying to say. So everything that you said goes both ways. If he's feeling a certain way about the community, let it be known. Say it outright so we can all act accordingly and respond accordingly. Okay, so no, it's not something that people celebrate when somebody's dismissed from the community. But if you openly take a stance against the community, then no, who cares how you might take something and how you might feel? So no, nobody speaks to him on a daily basis. That's your brother, and we get that. But let's be real. If somebody takes a stance like that, insinuating that they're coming after our community, which is what he did, that's a problem, bro. That's a problem. And if you talk to your brother on a daily basis, then you need to get that under control or find out what's really going on. Because as a community, we can't stand for that any longer. All the people who are going against the community are loud and proud in their disrespect for the community and for our administration. But we got to be humble and chill when it comes to us in our own community. Those days are over, Aki. Those days are over.
My dear brothers, man.
Anybody got anything to say regarding that video yet? Or audio? Or keep
First
playing?
of all, the reason why you have to be quiet, right, and not respond or whatever the hell, is because you've been told to. All right, you're gonna be a good boy, like Uno told you to, and sit down. All right, okay, you're not gonna respond because whenever you respond, you make yourself look more foolish. So
yeah,
you're
Who's
not
the
allowed
brother
to
that got kicked out for trying to defend? Then was that what do they call him, Dr. Wadud or whatever? Got kicked out for even responding.
You've been told not to because you can't, and you're gonna make yourself look bad. So that's why you're not loud and proud, because you know you're wrong.
And Adam, just to correct you, those days of you guys being silent and not responding, those days have not ended. They're alive.
Yeah, I mean those days are still here. I mean, even this little chat or whatever, which I mean, I'm pretty sure this chat, wherever it is, probably going to be dissolved after this.
It's definitely dissolved.
But so y'all even tried to quietly say this. Y'all were literally whispering, talking about, you know what I mean? We're not going to stop yelling. No, you're whispering, hoping no one hears you. Now that it's heard, you're going to disband the chat altogether. So those days are not over. Those days haven't even started.
So and so left. So and so left. So and so left. That's what's about to happen.
Right. Yep.
My dear brothers, I'm gonna say this: if I spoke, out of turn in the community chat, I just was vexed seeing all that. I was vexed. I'm tired of all of this. The tension between us all, the everything going on.
Whatever you do it for less at Harbor Freight.
Listen here, Shan. All right,
We need to tell you about Beth's IUD. Beth got it a couple of years ago to treat her endometriosis, a condition.
All future shows, all right, inshallah.
You just earned a penny.
I got you, Chef. All right, I got you.
Everything, fighting on our property, Sayed Sultan shot hurt on our properties, everything is just it's building up. It's building up. And I'm gonna tell us all this. We must stop right now. We must stop right now. And find a way to build unity with one another. I don't know who that was. I don't got your number in my phone. You asked me what was the intentions behind my post. I'm not sharing that with you right now. Because that was between me and my brother. I love your own.
Wait. Bro. If you share something publicly, you can't say, yo, this is just for me and so-and-so. Bro, you shared it publicly. You're not allowed to say that wasn't for you, Aki.
That's because the thing is, I mean, they're hitting around the thing. They're all saying little bits and pieces of the truth. The problem is that y'all all are scared. Y'all all are, your fitra is saying something is seriously wrong with all this, but you just don't want to recognize what's actually wrong. It's the whole cult. It's the community. It's the whole thing is wrong. So you're trying to pick out little things here and there, like, this is rubbing you wrong. You don't want to share your intentions for the things because you're scared. You're afraid of what might come back at you.
I mean, and let me just make it clear. A person whose brother was removed from a community that he loves, and he's not going to say it. He really actually doesn't agree with it. But furthermore, he's not happy that anyone else could possibly be happy about his brother being exiled from a cult. I mean, you're in a cult. That's the thing that y'all are saying. The quiet part now is out loud, but you're not realizing what it is. You guys are in a cult. You're mad because cult did what cults do. But the problem is that this has been happening. People's brothers and sisters and all types of other people have been getting kicked out of the cult for years. But when it happens to you and yours and the ones that you love, you don't like it. And so it's actually for Ismail Shahid, it's a normal response for you to be upset about what you perceive as something detrimental happening to a family member. And it's normal. It's understandable. I don't even blame him for being upset with people for hearting or liking or whatever. But what you got to realize is that you're just in a cult, bro. Yeah. That's really what it is. The problem is not them liking it. That's what cult members do. You're part of a cult. So that's cult methodology 101. Someone gets kicked out of the cult, they're excommunicated. You're going against your own cult's methodology. You cannot have family ties and affiliations and that go above and beyond the cult. You belong to the cult. You believe whatever it is they say for you to believe. You love whoever they tell you to love. You care about whoever they tell you to care about. And whoever they say don't care about no more, don't talk to no more, don't associate with no more, you don't do it. So they're not wrong, actually. They're following the cult methodology to a T. He's my friend today. He's kicked out of the cult. F him. Forget about him. We don't like him. We don't love him. We don't talk to him. We don't communicate with him. He can die for all we care. That's the cult. So them hearting him getting kicked out is light work. That's just a Tuesday in the cult.
and listen, also, he's really not mad. I mean, yeah, he's probably mad, but his anger really is being directed to the wrong place. You should be mad at the administration that kicked your brother out the cult. Yeah. That's who you're really mad at, but you know you can't say anything to them because you'll be next. So you took it on, okay, I could say something to these brothers in this private chat and voice my opinion here. Well, this is what it got you.
Oh, like brothers, man. And if we continue down this path, I'm telling you, it's not going to end right for all of us, man. There's too much tension, man. It's too much tension, and we better stop. We better stop. Because what did Al-Murshid say? What did Al-Murshid say in Laylatul Mi'raj? We need each other. We need each other. And we acting like we don't need each other. We need each other. And we need to start acting like it. I'm just getting upset, brothers. So if you feel me, I'm not yelling enough like that. It's just like I'm real passionate about my love too. I'm very passionate about my love. And the reason why I don't let it out is because it becomes this way for me. I'm giving you all side of me. I don't give everybody. I don't show everybody. And I'm showing it to you right now. And letting us know, build unity, not division. Everybody on their statuses got something to say. I can ask everybody about their statuses. What do you mean by that? What do you mean by that? Being passive aggressive. This is a society where we become passive aggressive. I'm not going to say who I'm talking about, but I'm going to say something on my status. I'm going to say something on my status that, you know.
Listen, you can't go on a whole rant about being passive aggressive and in your rant also be passive aggressive. Say their names, bro. Are you scared of them? What? I'm not gonna say what I'm talking about.
You got, real quick, just for R2F, and we have our battles too, right? But at least you gotta appreciate that we're never like this. Like we'll call someone out, yo, what you just said was stupid. Or like, we'll, you know what I'm saying? Like we'll be real direct. We might be upset for a day, but we're real. We trust each other enough that we could be upfront and honest and be direct with what the stuff that we're saying, right? I'm not gonna go in there and be like, somebody in the room believes the Earth is flat, and you know what I'm saying, he kind of stupid. But I ain't saying no names. We gotta call it out.
Oh no, the code actually.
Yeah, I never seen anybody post on their status, in response to things that happen in the room or on the show or whatever, like in a negative way. I just, and it just to me it's kind of weak. You know what I see doing that a lot actually, and I don't know if I give them a pass, but I see a lot of women do that. Like a lot of women will. Instead of dealing with anything head up, they'll just post on their status, what they're feeling or what they want to try to get you to feel. What they don't realize is that, people can actually just ignore your statuses or they just mute your statuses so they never see them. But I mean, that's a pro tip for you people who get annoyed by people who always sub tweeting you, or what is it called? Like, instead of talking about you, they try to do it on your status. Just mute their statuses, and that way you never see them
or block them.
And they're just literally talking to themselves, literally.
Yeah. Let me say this. I've been quiet as much as I can because I want to get to the meat and potatoes where Adam starts blurting about some other stuff on the way. So I'm saving my position for that. But I will just say this, just like you said, Mubarak, that's feminine. Men, we deal with each other directly. We understand that this is the easiest point to get to, and a lot of times it's just miscommunication. But all this backdoor, backtrap, around the corner, around the supermarket, stop all that stuff. That's feminine, yo, for real.
Yeah.
Like, y'all scary as heck. Even amongst your own groups, y'all scary. It's ridiculous.
Yeah.
It's cringy too.
Cracks a little bones, gets a little people thinking. And I'm not gonna tell you the person I'm directing that, but I'm directing it at somebody. Can we stop, man? Like Adam said, it's a much needed conversation. Yes. It's a much needed conversation. Alhamdulillah. So we need to have these conversations, but bro, we got to build this brotherhood strong, man. We got to be strong. We got to be strong. The unity is going to help what Sheikh Asaba is doing. The unity is going to help continue what Murshid Kama was doing. The unity, brothers.
For work, play, and every day, upgrade with over 1 million parts and accessories and bring your truck to life. Real Truck.
Go to your happy price, Priceline.
Making some business out there.
Okay, Ishmael, I'm going to respond to your last voice note, and then I'm going to be done.
All right, so this is Adam. I think this is the last part.
Yeah.
Let's slow this one down.
Yeah.
Because I agree with everything you said, 100%, no doubt. I feel the exact same way as you in regards to your last post. The problem is that our unity and our brotherhood is based off of our love and our commitment to our Murshid. That's it.
All right, pause right there.
I'm gonna repeat that. I'm gonna play that back so people can actually really listen to what he just said. And he is allegedly Muslim.
Feel the exact same way as you in regards to your last post. The problem is that our unity and our brotherhood is based off of our love and our commitment to our Murshid. That's it. It's not based off of anything else. That is the source of our unity and our love. So when
he just now said that they're literally practicing their own religion. That's literally what he just said.
He said it's not based on nothing else.
Nothing else.
And Allah says very clearly, إِنَّمَا الْمُؤْمِنُونَ إِخْوَةٌ. Indeed, definitely, the Muslims are only brothers to one another. The Muslims are brothers. Your Islam is in your brotherhood is based on you being Muslim. He said it's only based on some random Indian guy and a group that he set up. It's not Islam.
And they are serious. They're very,
he had a chance to correct himself. But he said, and nothing else.
Yeah.
Nothing else. I want to hit. Let's let the joint play all the way out. Then come back to it because we may never get through it.
When we have individuals, you can't unify with people that don't want to be unified and people who don't share that same commitment to, like I said, everything, the root of our unification and our love is Murshid Kama. Period, point blank. And the directions that he has laid out for us as a community and the administration that he's put in place, that is the source of our unity. So if somebody is speaking outside of that, then they're not going to be unified, right? And all of the passion and the energy that you have, I feel it, and I agree with you 100%. But we cannot unify with people who are taking shots at the Jamaat, who are trying to, and this is not all directed towards IU, but there are people who are trying to break up the community, right? We have people amongst us, some probably in this very same room, that will forward some of these conversations to R2F. We know that. It's been happening. We don't know who they are.
How did he know?
They're still in the room.
How did he know? Who told him, bro? Hey, listen, bro, listen. We're not going to say who the informant is, all right, Adam? Probably you. But like, listen, that's crazy, bro. The
hey, yo, all right. I'm gonna come clean. I'm gonna come clean. We got the forwards from Adam. It was him.
Nora, listen, that's your man right there, all right? Adam, a snake, both sides of the coin. Oh man. That's that macho.
We have people who are actively amongst us trying to do things to break us apart. So now when you have people openly making comments and doing things that everybody knows is going to cause problems for the community, then yes, people are going to respond, they're going to react a certain way. And we all have to be aware of that. Either you are unified in your love and commitment to the Jamaat, right? Not just the idea of the Jamaat that we had back in the day, but where the Jamaat is now. Shah Sahib left a bridge for us from him to Sayyid Nur Hussein Shah. That bridge is Sheikh Asaba. She is the bridge. People are thinking that they're going to be able to get to him without going over the bridge. That's not possible. That's not possible. You're going to tear down the bridge, but then still think you're going to be able to get to the final destination? No. I haven't heard anybody dispute Nur Hussein Shah, Sheikh Nur Hussein Shah, in his position. I haven't heard anybody dispute that. So the issue seems to be the bridge that people have a problem with, which is Sheikh Asaba. And that's a problem. We're not going to have unity if people are not unified in the position or the direction that Shasab has laid out for us as a community. But aside from that, everything that you said, I agree wholeheartedly. I felt exactly what you're saying about the passive aggressive, the comment, all of that stuff. I agree 100%. But our unity has to be based on something. It's not a fairy tale concept that we're unified. We know there's going to be separation and division and conflict in the community. It happened once before. It's going to happen again. We already know that. It's going to be what it's going to be. But those who are united in love for Murshid Kamil and his administration and the Jamaat, inshallah, the unity will always be there. I've always felt the love of the community. Never once have I not felt the love and the unification in the community. But that's based off of the people that I surround myself with. But let me get back to work, inshallah. Assalamu alaikum, everyone.
My goodness, this sounds like another one. This sounds like almost like a campaign speech. Like, you know how sometimes people talk when they know a certain special someone might hear it. So
the bridge is listening.
This man definitely.
Hoping that the bridge. I hope the bridge hears this.
Nah, he definitely forced that right to Noor. It was like, Sheikh, I was defending your honor, as queen of Samoa.
And that's why he said
let me say this.
I got secondhand embarrassment. We got like
our man or lady, our man and lady in the chat. Keep up the good work. Yeah, the check's in the mail. We got you. We ain't gonna say who it is, but yeah, good job. But
he really thought he was spitting. Go ahead. I got jokes.
All, but the serious thing here is that it's very clear. It's very, very clear for anyone who is inside the community, thinking about on the outside, people in or out or whatever. But understand that their methodology and their understanding is that they're unified on their love and admiration or whatever for their Murshid. And their whole existence is based off of that. So basically, all the other billions of Muslims in the world, everyone else that's not part of this little cult, they cannot and will not and do not unify with them.
Yeah.
That is a cult, brothers and sisters. That is a pure cult. They freely believe and talk and say this as if it's not crazy. To us, it's absolutely ludicrous. But for you guys in the cult, it's that this is normal. But that's what it is. It's a cult. So know this. There's no any of you people who are on the fence or you're not really understanding what you're in. Some of you people are teenagers or in your 20s or whatever, and you really weren't around in the heyday. You kind of just were in this, or you're like, oh, we do this and another. This is exactly what it is. No outsiders, no one who's not in a cult. We are not unifying with them at all. The only people that you want to unify and have camaraderie with and a brotherhood with and sisterhood with is just the people who think that a couple of clowns are a bridge from an innovated, made up, deviated Sufi methodology, belief, Aqidah system that they've been innovated in. I never heard nothing in none of the Risala Ruhi stuff before, and maybe Jaffa could correct me if I'm wrong, that now they got bridges. It's not enough to just have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then 7. You got to have 6 and then bridge, possibly 2 different bridges, and then the 7. I mean,
let me hop in, Mubarak, on a serious note too. Like real talk. So we just listened to about between 10 to 12 minutes of audio going back and forth of them having some internal division or a serious issue.
Yeah.
I can't even recall any one of them quoting any type of hadith to, as a point of reference for what they're talking about, an ayat of the Holy Quran as a point of reference for what they're talking about in terms of division, unity, anything. Y'all just made up a bunch of stuff, and like Muhammad Ahmed said, y'all literally just declared on your secret audio that got leaked to us that you guys just are y'all have a different religion. Y'all have a different. This is just clear. I mean, you can't get any more clearer. Not one time did anyone go to a reference point of the Holy Last Messenger, sallallahu alaihi wasallam, to be able to support what they were blurting out of their chatterbox. Not one of them did that. And I just, come on, y'all.
And that's, they time and time again, like we talk about the Akida, the belief set of TMOA, and in all their communications and everything that comes out that we cover, they clearly state, this has probably been the clearest statement of what they actually believe. At no, like Hussein, you hit it perfect. At no point in time did anything in their mind say Allah, Rasul Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. Nothing in their head said Allah or Rasul Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam.
You didn't even hear the word Islam, Quran, Muslims.
Yeah.
You didn't hear any of that.
Nothing. You heard Murshid, administration, Jama'at. That's it. And that's their religion. And as Muslims, as everybody who's even in the Jama'at, it's like, no, I'm in here because I'm a Muslim and I want to practice Islam. They're not. This is not Islam. And Adam, you got whoever, even in TMOA or whatever, whether you like him or don't like him, I know he has like a little reputation or whatever. He is representing the perfect belief of TMOA of what Mubarak Jelani actually taught. He is not off key at one point. Top Talib right there, top scout right there. He is regurgitating exactly what you are supposed to believe as a TMOA cult member. Nobody in that room corrected him and said anything about the Quran and the Sunnah. What about this? What about that? He was right on the money. Mm-hmm. You got to ask yourself, do I want to be like him? Am I aspiring to be like him? To forget Allah, to forget Rasul Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, to forget the Quran, to forget the Hadith?
Now, the reason why it's so significant is because they're actually having an internal situation, battle back and forth. Now, this is just you chatting, you know what I mean, with your boy about basketball or football or something like this, meh. But you're having an Islamic internal division or dissension right there. Common sense would dictate that you would bring up, for a point of reference, ayahs of the Holy Quran or hadith from the Holy Last Messenger. I mean, y'all just rambled on for 10 or 12 minutes and didn't mention the Holy Last Messenger not one time. And this is actually the man in the Sunnah in the way you're supposed to be following as a Muslim.
Yeah.
So I don't understand.
So my first question, honestly, is how many bridges are there? When does the bridge start? Where does the bridge end? And this is not to be funny. You mentioned that it started with Rashid Kamil and then a bridge to Nur, who is the bridge to the seventh. And then he threw in administration in all of them. Literally, he threw them all in and said all of his love and unity falls under them. So just by you saying that, there's already more than one bridge. So you're already contradicting yourself on the foolishness and what you're saying. And people, they just keep pushing this because they want you to keep falling in line under all of those dictators that they keep on presenting. What does the administration have to do with, how are they a bridge in any way, shape, or form?
Well, he just made this up in his own mind to justify why they got a female imam. Mm-hmm. Because out of none of Mubarak Jelani's teachings talk about anything about a bridge between him and his son or the seventh or whatever. None of them. Not one sentence has he ever mentioned anything like this.
One more question. So, what about his other wife? His other wives that he left? They weren't bridges. They just got cut out. What were they? Steps? Staircases? Back roads? I'm being honest. Where do they fall in line with his made-up idea? Where do they fall in line? This is just genuine, basic questions that anybody in the chat should
wife
ask.
30 enough to be the bridge, Mo. There's only one wife that can handle that weight. There's only one wife that can handle that stress.
The burden placed on her by the community
is placed on her back.
You
gotta have a big bat. You gotta have a big bat.
Kali asked a good question for our brother Ishmael here. Listen, why weren't you this mad when they kicked your brother Zayd off the land, right? When they kicked your brother Zayd off the land, You didn't have this same energy, bro. It was like, where's all this coming?
Well, maybe he was. Maybe he was. I mean,
maybe nobody hearted it.
Yeah. No one harder to jump. So
But
he was all
if
right.
we could, we're not gonna have. I think the audio is on our YouTube page somewhere because I think it got posted. But Sadiq, and we're talking about the belief of TMOA, where he actually mentions in one of these audios about we're gonna stand before our Murshid on the day of Yawm al-Qiyamah. So they actually believe they're gonna stand before Mubarak Jilani. But we all know we don't stand before anyone besides Allah. We stand before Allah. Not our sheikhs, not our teachers, not our parents. We stand before Allah. Yawm al-Qiyamah is all about judgment from Allah. Nobody else.
And the thing about it is, okay, we understand that based on what they're saying, there's nothing Islamic about this cult. They're just a cult who has some Islamic customs, some things that are similar to what Muslims do. But this cult is not a Muslim one. I'm sorry. Their belief system is not a Muslim one. But if we think about this, for those people who think that they're somehow in a Muslim group, think about this. You believe that the only thing that unites you is your following of a dead Indian guy, okay, who lived in Pakistan.
And
that's all he is.
And his widowed wife.
And his widowed wife. And then that and the administration that allegedly is disputed. And on top of that, it's disputed. This whole thing is disputed. She said one thing, the other people are saying another. His own sons are saying a third and fourth thing. So that's all of this dispute as well. But you believe that this is what you're based on. Now, the thought that after all this, you're going to stand before him, Jilani, on the day of judgment, and he somehow is going to have some sort of judgment or acceptance or denial or some intercession for you guys. Think about this. Just think about this logically. Yeah, this guy here. Think about this logically. You have Adam alayhi salam, who is going to be thinking about only himself on Qiyamah, and he's going to, he's not going to offer help to Rasulullah or anyone else. Ibrahim alayhi salam is also going to be thinking about himself, and we can go down the line. There's a hadith that mentions, some of the prophets, the messengers, who they're going to say, I'm thinking about myself today.
Yeah. And
they were people who Allah sent to guide their communities. So their messengers, they actually were sent by Allah. Mm-hmm. Rasulullah, his unique is because he's the one who's going to be thinking about everyone. But we have messengers sent by Allah, mentioned in the Quran that were well known, that they themselves are going to be thinking about their own selves. And Allah says in the Quran how people will be thinking about their own selves. They won't be thinking about their family and their friends, and they're willing to ransom them. But somehow, this Indian guy has leapfrogged all of the messengers to a point where he's so great. Look at the ridiculousness of your belief that he's not only going to be not just thinking about himself, but he's not just that he's thinking about you, that you're going to stand before him. That is absolutely ridiculous. I mean, as a Muslim, you can't believe this. That's crazy.
It's even worse because before we play that. Well, no, play this first. Then I'm gonna make my point. Yeah, play this first.
Oh, I didn't know we had it. Go ahead.
Oh, hold on.
Okay, just real quick while Jaffer's getting audio for that. I mean, listen, it's not just Jilani standing in front of you. You're also standing in front of Jilani and Sultan. Because Sultan mentioned
facts.
Last show that him and his father are going to be sitting judging you guys on Judgment Day. So
here we go.
Our simple thing is this: do we really think on Yawm al-Qiyamah, as Murshid Kamil has told us, that when he's going to be raised with us, do we really think that we can stand before our Murshid and say we're appalled, but we openly disrespected, defiled his administration and what he set up? We really think he's going to accept us as his caller? Do we really think it's going to happen? Our simple thing.
So he's basically saying, if we disrespect his administration, do you think that when we stand before our Murshid on a day of judgment, and we say, "Oh, we're a Talib, we want to be with you," if he's going to accept them or not, based on disrespecting the administration he left in place.
Even within that ridiculous audio is contradictions, because he's automatically trying to make it seem like as if the administration is infallible, and we know administration has got removed time and time again. So that already disproves your Bert you were just saying. But to go back until the most alarming thing he's saying about standing before somebody, I can't even comprehend the arrogance of it. But that's not even to add to what you were saying, Mubarak. That's not even putting him above just messengers. That's putting him above the holy last messenger of Islam as well. We won't even stand before him. He is going to be raised to that special station and then make that special supplication to Allah on our behalf. He's still going to stand before Allah. Nobody's going to be standing before him. So how and when and where are we going to be standing in front of anybody other than Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala? Who are y'all? Y'all going to be right next to us, standing before Allah.
Hopefully not.
Hopefully they somewhere. Well, actually, hopefully we are together and they. We all, are guided the right way. But I mean,
as right now,
what y'all doing right now, I don't want to be nowhere near that.
Please be far from me.
And I don't know if y'all caught this part too. He said in the audio initially, as our Murshid has told us. That part is huge.
Yeah.
He said, so he's affirming that his Murshid Kamil told them that y'all gonna have to be standing and being raised up with me.
See, I've never, out of all the stuff I've done, I've never heard Mubarak Jalani say that anybody's gonna stand before him. The part that Mubarak Jalani has said is that we're gonna be raised together. You're gonna be with me at the day. I'm like he's gonna basically be escorting people just like into Jannah, right? So anybody that stays in the community, you got to pass. You're gonna be with me. I got y'all. Like he got the keys to the back door, and he's just gonna take everybody in there.
So like it's a Hajj group or something like that. Get out of here.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, I'm gonna leave that alone.
But that's the thing when you have, and I wanted to mention this, like with how the beliefs keep twisting and changing. Like Mubarak mentioned, like how like even the stuff they're saying about this bridge, that's not even mentioned in the Rasali Ruhi. But when you have deviation, you look at any deviated group from Islam, whether it's Shiites, whether there's the Mutazili, what is it? Mu'tazila, or any of those groups that deviated. You see as a common characteristic is that they keep separating and creating more and more groups, right? So you have the original people that believed in the seven sultans, this, that. Then you have another group that says, oh, no, we believe this. And then you have another group that, oh, no, we believe this. And now you have in TMOA. How many different divisions of TMOA can we have? The old heads who believe like, yeah, I follow Jelani, but I don't believe in this part of it. I follow Jelani, but Sultan's supposed to be the seventh Sultan. Or I believe in Jelani, but I ain't following him Noor. I'm just waiting for Noor. Like you have all these different beliefs, and everybody is mentally twisting their narratives to fit their beliefs. And what that is just creating more and more mini cults, mini sects, because they're going to teach their kids this, and it's going to go on and on and on until eventually, Allah knows best, it's going to be just nothing.
Right, because they're going to just keep on bringing it. Like, where are the bridges going to be? We're going to be standing before the bridges. There's going to be another bridge next to the Sirat based off of them. They're just going to keep making stuff up. Mm-hmm. It's literally they're going to keep doing. It makes no sense, bro.
Yeah, the bridge to hell.
So it's going to be interesting to see where, because Noor's a grown man now, how long or how wide this bridge has to be. Allah knows best, but she's built for it. I can say that. So we're gonna wrap it up. If there's any questions, please type them in the chat. We'll answer them real quick. Otherwise, we're gonna wrap up in the next couple of minutes.
You're funny, man.
Stop has to stop for real.
I'm sorry.
You gotta have broad shoulders for that position, man.
I'm about to say, listen,
you know what I'm saying?
Jaffa
got broad shoulders
right now.
Big back.
Why is so nonchalant though? Like, yeah,
right, with a straight face, bro. with a straight face. And don't worry, this bridge teaching didn't come until the cult was like 30 years old, and then the bridge just came.
Look, you
Like
remember
30
that
years
bridge in Baltimore? That folded when that ship hit it? Man, that ship wouldn't have stood a chance. That ship wouldn't have stood a chance.
It would have bounced back.
Sunk.
Oh, I'm not joking. Y'all out here-
Iceberg.
Y'all out
Titanic.
here depicting somebody like the size and girth of Godzilla. That's all I'm imagining right now.
That's how you gotta be. I mean, think about it, right?
Megalodon.
Think about it.
Ya Allah. Alhamdulillah was
I'm not gonna take the bait today, yo. I'm not letting
I'm fighting. I'm
I
fighting.
already know what's gonna happen. Mubarak got all types of ammo for the chat as soon as he
as soon as we sign off, bro. I'm like, bro, I'm trying to sleep. I gotta work 5 hours. Oh yeah.
Oh man. All right, so that's it, everybody. Alhamdulillah, shukran for joining us. I guess the final words is that people wake up. As Amr said, all this stuff could happen to you.
It will happen to you.
As far
Actually,
as being kicked out of your house, lose your home, lose your family. As far as being attacked, your property being set on fire, your life being put in danger. That you are not above that, and that goes from the bottom to the top.
Yep.
Just like Ishmael said, one day you're up here, the next day you're down here.
Humble yourself,
right? And the only way to escape that danger is to leave all the falsehood and unite under the Quran and the Sunnah and pleasing Allah and loving Allah and Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Not a Murshid, not a Sheikh, not a Sheikha, not a bridge. Love Allah and Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. I mean, so Amr, can you close this out?
I mean, and just one more thing. Listen. Don't commit crimes on behalf of Tamoa. I don't care if you're in the freaking Soul Society, Secret Society, Fat Society. I don't care what society you're a part of. All right. Do not be committing
about the Secret
So
Society.
we forgot one part. We gotta cover this one part. I forgot about this.
I got y'all. Niggas is losers.
So allegedly, this brother that set the fire is part of this secret renegade society started by an individual named Mansour Mobley.
Allegedly.
Allegedly.
I can't stand niggas, bro.
Is this him? Yes. Let me.
Hey, what's their mission statement?
The mission statement is we are going to get all the enemies of TMOA and do something to them.
Oh.
Okay. It's a secret society that they got.
Well, I'll just say this for the Secret Society. I don't know if they got a chapter where I'm at, but I live in an open carry state, and we carry. And so we don't even need a permit to carry. So yeah, we shoot around here, and our cameras work. So
right, we would defend ourselves. That's all we're saying. We will defend
this
ourselves.
Is the man that has allegedly started the secret hit squad of TMOA. And this brother that set the fire is supposedly, allegedly, a part of this secret society. And if you are dumb enough to be involved with something like this, I mean, come on, like Mubarak said, you gotta be the worst loser. Like, this is even like loser on TMOA. Like, you are the worst loser in TMOA. Like, even in like amongst all the people that are in TMOA that are losers, you are the bottom barrel of losers. That you got to create a secret society to go and damage people's property in the middle of the night.
Look at how secret y'all are. That's like, yeah, they probably got 2 members, and those 2 members can't even keep a secret.
Hey, listen, bro. Listen. So clearly, your solar cells enterprise business wasn't working that well for you. All right, you over here burning cars down, stuff allegedly. All right. You better for yourself.
New idea, son. That's a new idea,
for
right?
Yourself,
We gonna
do better
do
for your friends. Find better friends. Stop being scared of Jafar at stoplights. And just do better for yourself overall, bro. Avoid loot Leprechaun in Pakistan at all costs. Don't burn down houses. If you go to jail, bro, I promise you, K2 or any other administration or your Secret Service friends, they're not gonna put money on your books. They're going to disown you, and you're gonna be in there alone, bro. All right, you ain't gonna be that tough. Right?
What if he set up a secret society like a pyramid scheme, right? But listen, you gotta set at least 5 houses on fire and get 5 people to set 5 houses on fire, and then you get to move up a level, right? And then we get to...
How many have you done, sir? All right, we ask questions around here.
How many arsonists do you have in your network?
I see from that whole situation with the secret society stuff. Honestly, truthfully, the Samoans, they're very unserious. They're not really serious people. They're kind of like cartoon characters. So, truthfully, it kind of just it's giving. Yeah, I'm gonna use this little. It's giving Marvel a little bit. Like it's giving like Capcom, something like this. Like, what are y'all talking about? You're watching too many Spider-Man movies, too many Avenger movies. Knock it off. Cut it out with the hickory dickory. Y'all, like Mubarak said, you probably got about 2.5 members. Cut it out, man. Get this all together.
But I will say, there is some information. And let's get serious for a second. Seriously, as far as the identification of the person who set the fire, allegedly we know who it is. But one thing that we know for sure, and this is not allegedly, the man who's lit the car on fire. His daddy is the same person who limped away.
That's why earlier in the show I called him Ibn El-Hint. All right.
I couldn't even finish it.
I'm about to go wild.
His daddy is the same person who put the most wanted posters on the school building and limped away.
I'm about to tell you. And listen, if you haven't seen that video,
they both got a rare disease. They got a rare disease called camera blindness. They can't see cameras.
Yeah, that's his ass out there. Handed him the note.
Yeah, he limped up to that. I don't know how old boy inherited. His father had a peg leg. I think his father had a wooden leg. How his son inherited a gimpy walk like his daddy.
Like I said, bro. Like I said when that freaking video came out, bro, he barely. That brother barely walking better than Jelani. All right, barely walking better than Jelani.
Yeah. Man. Yeah, but anyway, like father said, I'm sure he made his daddy proud.
It lifted the family, okay. All right, I'm gonna close this out. Subhanallah, alhamdulillah, wallahi ilaha illallah, wallahu akbar, wala hawla wala quwwata illa billahi al-aliyyil azim. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Oh man.